Time now for the voice of the land on the Big Play Network with your hosts, Kevin Arnold and Always Positive Jay.
The Cavs, they have a pretty good production crew, and they produce a good product on the court.
That they do.
The only, I guess, frustrating thing with them is they're kind of consistently inconsistent as well. But they get a little bit more leeway from us, unlike the Browns, because, yes, they have a lot of talent, but they're still working through things. They have different guys out different nights. Yes, going back to Monday, the loss against the Spurs shouldn't happen. Darius needs to hit that wide open three, lose by one. Sure. Guess what? Come back the next night against a decent Dallas team when Luka was in there, Dinwiddie was in there. Most of their guys were in except for Kemba Walker, and they took it to him. They took it to him in Dallas. That is one where a lot of people were fearing what could happen. Could be one of those lopsided road losses like we used to see with the Cavs when LeBron was here, when they didn't really care about the regular season. There was always those few
They
throughout
even
the
admitted,
year.
I don't know who it was, that they used to, they just didn't really give a crap about the season.
I know. Because they could just flip the switch. They really could just flip a switch. I guess you could say the Cavs flipped the switch in the fourth quarter the last two games at home. Janet and I got to go on Friday night. Her friend Sarah, shout out. Sarah, thank you so much for
Oh, you went to the game Friday?
Went to the game on Friday, yes.
Oh, nice.
Now, I had to work, so we had to rush up there, and then the traffic was nightmare. So we got in at the second quarter. We're not usually late, but hey, free tickets.
Friday night, because my days are all blurring together, is the game they came back, correct?
That is the game they came back. They came back against Dallas, too, though. Dallas was leading that one for the most part, too.
But this was the big comeback.
That was the big comeback. They were down double digits, and it looked lackluster. It looked like they didn't care. It looked like they just weren't there.
And then my boy just grabbed the ball. They normally would say grab the bull by the horns, but he grabbed the ball by the horns, and I can't stop watching that video of that. Because he gives a look, and I pointed out to him, I'm like, that was the moment the game changed. He just gives this look, and he's like, nah, this is mine. This ain't happening. And he's not he's not talking about the ball right there. It's mine. He's like, no, this game's mine. These dudes, they poked the bear, and it was over. That dude went off after that.
So it's funny that you mentioned that moment, and we talked earlier on the show, how you said that, and you guys were saying, I sometimes take the words out of you guys' mouths, you're thinking about something, and then someone else says it.
Did I just do that?
No. Oh. There's times that, I'm thinking something, and I have a chance to say it, just say it to someone to know that I got it out there first, and I don't say it, I just hold back, and then I hear it after, or I hear, reaction, and I hear that same thing, and, I kind of kick myself a little bit, oh, man, if I would have tweeted that, I would have been, one of the first ones to say that. It would have been, a really good take because everybody's reacting to it. That moment when I saw that live, I was, in my head, I'm thinking, I should, and I would, almost turn to Jana to say it, but we're having a nice time. We're trying to we work long hours. We're just trying to have a nice day out at a basketball game. Thanks to her friend Sarah for giving us her tickets she wasn't able to use that night, her season tickets. And I saw it, and I saw the look that Donovan had, and I'm thinking, this is very similar to when a manager comes out of the dugout and gets thrown out, or one of those turning points where either a coach goes off or something happens to instill or invoke energy, infuse energy into a team. And I was like, if this team comes back, this is going to be the moment. And it was in my head. I didn't say it out loud. I just thought it. And someone else said it after the game, or I saw it on Twitter at some point, and I'm like, dang it, I missed my opportunity. But that was the moment where that led that team, because your star is getting dirty. He is doing the dirty work. He's winning the 50-50 ball, or at least getting the jump ball.
He wasn't getting punked.
He wasn't getting punked. When a team is showing very little effort, you see them get punked towards the end. The score starts to get lopsided. They start to get punked a little bit. He wasn't going to let that happen, and then the Cavs just took off. I don't know. It was just like a spark lit from that moment. It is those little things that you don't realize how big of an impact they can have, but they did, and they came back. The arena was on fire.
It started the Cavalanche.
I'm dancing after. Jana's catching us again on her phone and posting it. I guess that's going to become a thing if I go to these games and they win.
Yeah, we're going to need dad dancing.
Dad dancing. You know, I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready for.
Gearing up.
You know, we're halfway there. We're 20 weeks today, so we're halfway there. I mean, I got to shout out Jana because, you know, she's the one that's carrying our son. So she's the one going through that. I wouldn't know any of those pains and stuff. I just try to help her any way I can. So thank you so much, and thank you for letting me come here each and every single Sunday night. Thank you so much. I love you. I don't know if you're watching or not, but the Cavs are just, they're kind of falling into what I like, some bad habits I don't like, that they think that they can just turn it on every time. I don't like that, but I like that that grit that JB has instilled in this team is still there. That's what I want to see more of. I want to see the team that, you know, wasn't expected to do much and just grinded out wins, grinded out a better season last year. If you can do that with more talent and all of the talent's willing to do it, boy, that is a dangerous team to face. If they can find that down and dirty, gritty underdog team that has a lot of talent, they can go out talent you and beat you that night.
There's two things about this team that gets me real excited. And with what we're saying, like, don't think we're being negative on the Cavs. Like, we both think they're an awesome team.
Oh, yes.
Right. We're just saying what we think they can do to improve.
Realistic.
Yes. And one, as long as they're that great defensive team, like their defensive effort is always there, they're going to be okay. Even on like tough nights like the other night where it was an ugly game, you're going to win the ugly games because you're the better defensive team. You're putting, which is almost 90% effort. That's great. Second thing, at the beginning of the year, what was everyone's problem with the Cavs at first was can't close out games. These teams keep coming back. Do you know the Cavs, I believe, lead the league in point differential in the fourth quarter now?
Yeah.
You know, that's a young team working to get better. They made a weakness a strength, and that's on the coaching. And I love JB Bickerstaff, and he's really he's going to get these guys. I can't wait to see what they look like at the end of the year. Like, this is so early, and we're critiquing these fine things, but by it, like, even this time next year, like, this team is just, the sky is the ceiling for them.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people clamoring for that 3-and-D guy too. That another like a wing that's a little bit better than maybe a Coro or Stevenson. You know, having those gritty guys maybe come off the bench and have a little bit more talent infused in that starting lineup, or even as a 6-man, whatever it may be. Let the team do their work. Let Kobe Altman and his crew do their work. They know what is needed. They're showing you by trading for Donovan Mitchell. They're going for it. Dan Gilbert has always shown us he is willing to go for it and pay to go for it, not just briefly. He will pay to go for it as long as he possibly can before it's time to hit the reset button.
So, I mean, do you believe that the Cavs are not right now a championship caliber team? Because I don't. I think, I mean, they have a chance. Sure, they have a chance. Anybody has a chance. But it's next year, the following year. That's when you're going to make your real run.
Because they need to be more tested.
What is one thing Dan Gilbert will not hesitate to do is spend money.
Right.
And the way this team is, how young they are, and everyone's like, you're never going to get free agents. They're like, maybe not. You might not get those Class A free agents, but you can get a nice high C or a nice B, and that's all you are away. A wing player, a B player that can defend, hit the three, but can defend another wing player. That's all this team really needs.
And Kobe Altman and his staff are intelligent to not finesse trades and not fleece teams, but work it out where you're not losing much of what you've already built, but you know you have to give up something to get something back. They have found a way to find that good balance. And hey, it's still gonna take time. Darius is still learning. They're still learning how to play with Donovan. Evan Mobley is only in his second year. They got to continue to be tested to then learn. Sometimes you got to get there and lose before you can get there and win. And, hey, enjoy the ride. Enjoy it. Yes, last night wasn't pretty, but they got the job done because they did the little things, and they got the defensive stop at the end. All of the energy, all of the effort, all of the guys rotating around, forcing Hardaway Jr. to pass that one up. And then, you know, Christian Wood having to take a step back three. Yes, he can shoot the ball, but that's a set shot. He's not someone that can dribble in, crossover, step back, lean back, and knock down the three. He doesn't have that skill. And he was forced into a shot he didn't like. He's not very good at. And look, the Cavs got away with the win. They continued their home dominance. They're 14-2. Get out there, support them. They're on a 6-game homestand.
And just like Miles, let's not talk about trading Garland.
Oh, just geez, I'm not.
I don't know. Someone said I said something on Twitter, and they're like, "Oh, this has been great, blah blah." But I think Garland, we might need to trade him or something. He seems like he's all in his feelings and stuff. I'm like, dude, I don't read that at all. What are you talking about? Like,
no,
this team doesn't have drama within itself at all whatsoever. They play for each other, and like Friday night, he didn't score the 40-something points Donovan Mitchell did, but he was dishing to the right, dude.
20 points, 10
It's
assists.
not always about who's scoring what. If he's contributing on getting assists, be happy with that. They're still finding their way, guys.
He's learning how to play point guard. In a positionless era of basketball, he is learning how to play a traditional style of point guard to add that element to his game. And I love watching Darius. And I love when he's the first one off the bench, rooting for guys when he's not in there. He's the first one high-fiving them or running onto the court, having a good time. And just, again, enjoy it. It's a fun team.
I mean, last year, Darius was put in a position he had to be the leading scorer in the point guard.
Now he doesn't have to do that.
Now he's got to learn how to play with a guy that could put 40 on him on the scoreboard at any given night while trying to get his own and getting in his own rhythm. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take time, and they're going to work to get there, and they will get there. So again, like you said, enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. Let's have fun.
It's not always gonna look pretty, but whatever.
As long as I'm getting W's, I don't care what if it's pretty or not.